Oh, it's coming. Ooh, it's coming. Ooh, this shit. I'm so disappointed. Stranger Things season 5. Oh, why? Why did it have to be like this? Oh, I got me some coffee and we're going to talk about this. All right. I think it's been long enough that YouTube will let me post the video. What the fuck is going on, Netflix? What is going on? I haven't been this disappointed in you guys. I haven't been this riled up since you guys canceled Santa Clarita Diet. All right, Santa Clarita Diet, you canceled that shit on a cliffhanger for literally no reason. Everyone I knew was watching it and having conversations about it, and you guys just fucking whoop, gone on a fucking cliffhanger. And now we got Stranger Things here, which it would have almost been better if you guys had just canceled it at season 4. All right, we'll set you right there. What? Little cattywampus. It's fine. I used a hit term, cattywampus. I don't even know what that means. I should Google it. All right, so I guess we'll just go through the positives because there's way, way less positives to go over, so we'll just get them out of the way. I enjoyed Dustin and Steve making up. I thought that was a good moment. I always enjoy Hopper. I'm glad in the finale they actually let him get a little action in and take out some military personnel. Uh, Boy, what else was good? Some good visual effects. By the way, spoiler fucking alert. All right, spoiler alert. All right, if you haven't seen it and you want to see it, but you don't recommend you go see it, then go see it. Click away. Fly away, little bird. I so disappointed. The amount of time we had to wait for this and the stupid ass release schedule they put on it, it it didn't it did not meet expectations. All right, this should have been a 10 out of 10 slam, action packed, like high stakes, and it just flopped. What else did I like? Robin. I like Robin. Um, the reunion between Lucas and Max was good and heartfelt. And there is one scene closer to the end that I did enjoy in the finale. I like the symbolism of them all putting their D&D binders up on the shelf one at a time, as if they're stepping away, they're growing up, and it could possibly be the last time they do it. So they're leaving their childhood behind and moving on to adulthood. I enjoyed the symbolism of that. Plus the new characters coming down to the table and starting a campaign. I thought that was really cool. Um, Other than that, let's dive into some shit. All right. Wow. All right. Whoever's idea it was to bring Callie back, or sorry, Collie. My sister spells her name that way, and we pronounce it Kaylee. So, but whoever thought bringing her back was even slightly a good idea, whatever you're smoking, I'll take two. All right. Terrible character. Was terrible in season 2. Still terrible now. I hate her. I want to punch her in the face. That's my opinion on her. All right. I'm glad she died. But there's no sense of urgency in it. Okay. Look, I'm flustered, man. I can't even speak. Mm. When you create something like this, and there is this evil big bad entity, I'm just gonna. And there's this evil big bad entity that you have to deal with, and it's killing people. You would expect it to actually kill some people, right? You would expect there to be some stakes, some risk. But this entire season, it's like, hey, we got a plan. We made the plan. We completed the plan. No hiccups. No, oh, like in the finale, they like pretended like Steve was gonna fall from a water tower, and I was just like, no balls, he's gonna be fine. And what do you know? Fucking Jonathan grabs him and pulls him back up. Like, huh? First of all, I don't think you understand how much strength you need to catch someone in a free fall, but that's beside. It's fiction. I can let it go. But I was under no delusion that anyone on the main cast was going to get got. All right, the fake outs didn't work. So let's go back a little bit. So they leave us on a cliffhanger, where Dustin is like, no, no, don't touch it. We can't. No. Every single person will die if you even so much as touch this thing. Don't. And they can't hear him on the walkie talkie. And then Nancy shoots it. And the last scene is like her pulling the trigger. And then the screen goes black and we go to the new episode. Zero consequences for any of that. Okay. Not. There was a point where the room was melting around them, which explained that. But the room's melting around Jonathan and Nancy, and I was like, you know what? I'll sacrifice Nancy if Jonathan will die. All right, I'm cool with this. This is at least some consequence for fucking up. Like rolling in at one on a decision making, an intelligence check. Nope. No consequences. As a matter of fact, we get a long monologue here about why they should break up, and they break up. And it was so boring that the melting paint all around them actually dried. Right? That's how boring it was. The paint dried, and everyone was okay. No problems at all. All right. Steve and Dustin did have a moment where Dustin saved Steve's life, broke down, and from Dustin's perspective, he just doesn't want to lose another best friend. And by the way, that brings back Dustin. What the hell, dude? It's been 2 years. No one has checked on Dustin in 2 years to see how he's dealing with Eddie. What? Like, I get it. Grief and the rebellion and all that stuff. But 2 years? And you're still picking fights and getting into trouble and, like, shunning everyone? 2 years. Brother, I don't buy it. I think it was stupid, and I'm glad when we got it out of the way. I'm glad when we got the whole Nancy and Jonathan thing out of the way. Or at least so I thought. It comes back around later, and fucking Steve and Jonathan have to talk about Nancy, like, oh yeah, I guess she'll just be single, and blah, blah, blah. Like, oh my god, there's no sense of urgency. They keep telling us, they keep on re-emphasizing how urgent everything is, but they walk at a snail's pace and have casual conversations constantly. Like, there's no urgency. No one is in any hurry to do fucking anything. It's fucking nerve grinding. Like when Max is trapped in the fucking abyss and all right. So I'm the most powerful character in this is got to be Lucas. All right. Lucas is carrying Max. He's carrying a fucking cassette tape player that's blaring Kate Bush, and he's run to an elevator, and demo dogs are after him, and he just straight up Spartan kicks one of them. These things have been known to run through steel doors and maul people, but no, Lucas, boom. You should have just sent Lucas to the abyss. All right. Callie, fuck that bitch, dude. Oh my god. But anyhow, and then we get down there, everyone meets up, and they're hiding in a laundry room with the cassette tape player still playing, so I don't know what the fucking point of hiding was. Demo dogs can hear, but no, they move as slow as humanly possible towards them. As slow as humanly possible. The demi-dogs are like tiptoeing towards them. The cassette tape player is playing. And then somehow, Mrs. Wheeler, who was incapacitated, couldn't talk, could barely write, the last episode has the strength and the will and the speed and so she gets oxygen tanks, goes down to industrial dryers which has three, I think I remember. Yeah, three demo dogs in there. She's somehow able to sneak in, open one of those loud ass industrial, like one of those loud ass industrial dryers, and put the heavy ass fucking oxygen tank in there, turn it on, and somehow, before the demo dogs look that way, is able to get out of sight so so they don't see her. Bitch can barely walk. All right, there's a level of suspension of disbelief, but that's, and then the oxygen tank explodes, kills all the demo dogs, and then she like walks up like she's the fucking Terminator or something. Like it's so ridiculous and stupid. And they're even telling him, they're like, turn off the fucking thing, like any normal person was. I would have taken that shit and threw it. All right, but yeah, and then the window's open right there for Sam, or for, sorry, I've been watching a lot of different things. The window's open there for Max. All right, and now we have to sit here for 10 to 15 minutes and explain to Holly, who is a character that was just forced in this season, has done nothing for 4 seasons, and now she's this big important character. Whatever. Now we have to sit here and have a conversation with Holly while your window. I mean, I don't know how long that fucking tape is that he made, because it's only got the one song on it, and I guess it's just all that song, both sides. It's just Kate Bush's Running Up That Hill. By the way, I had that on my playlist, but well before Stranger Things did it. I have deleted it. I don't. If I never hear that song again, it will be too soon. But yeah, and she's just standing there. She's already missed the portal multiple times, and she sees the portal, and she's like, "All right, now it's time to have." You couldn't do that while you were walking there. You couldn't do that when you were stuck in the cave. You couldn't. No, we have to stop right now and take 15 minutes of our time to fill the fucking airtime that we committed to explaining that, hey, you can't come through this portal with me. You need to go find your own. That conversation could have been had while walking to your destination. All right, you guys spent so much time walking, coming back, walking, coming back, looking through the fucking spyglass, like all that shit. So unnecessary. There's so much filler in this season. You could have cut the runtime of every episode in half and still told the same story without all the filler. All right. And yeah, it's clever sometimes. Here's the other thing. It is clever sometimes to have a character have like that eureka moment. Like I figured it out. But it's every fucking episode. Like they'll be like, "Yeah, I like donuts." And someone will be like, "Wait, say that again?" And they'll be like, "I like donuts?" And they're like, "Donuts! Oh my god, it's so clear!" Like, and then they have this big fucking drawn out plan. Every single fucking time there's a plan. That's how it rolls. And it's crazy. At least they addressed the problems I had with Steve's proposal. Yes, it does beat flying a helicopter into and then exploding. It's better than Hopper's idea. But after I learned of that, I was like, you don't even know if that's going to line up. You don't know how fast it's going to come down. You don't know any of these things. Like the tower idea, you're assuming a lot of things, and they at least mention that. Like, it doesn't line up with one of the cracks. That's when they teased that Steve might die. He doesn't. It's. I was never afraid anyone's gonna die. All right, and then, so let's see here. We talked about Terminator Mom. Dipshit Derek actually overpowers Vecna, so that's fun. Holly and Derek are running from him, and he tentacles out and grabs her leg and starts pulling her back, and Derek's just like, no. And like, straight up, Vecna's a bitch. All right, not even slightly threatening this season at all. The Upside Down is just like a vacation spot now for people that like cloudy weather. Like, there's nothing dangerous there. Nothing happens. It's fucking empty. There's no Demogorgons, there's no bats, there's no nothing. And I was like, okay, well, maybe they're in the abyss. Once we get up to the abyss, maybe we'll see that. No, it's fucking empty. No Demogorgons, no Demi-Bats, no Demi-Dogs, nothing. And this is apparently where they come from. But it's completely empty. So I guess Will killed them all, I guess, off screen, because he's the new powerhouse. Let's see here. Man, and the whole wormhole thing, yeah, it's a cool theory, but there's only one reason that whole wormhole theory might as well just say plot device. The only reason the wormhole theory exists is because they really needed the kids to not be findable by 11, which means they need to be somewhere else. And that's it. That's the whole part. That's why they made a third place, is so they couldn't find the kids, which the kids are completely irrelevant. He doesn't need the fucking kids. He's proven he can just stomp on into wherever the fuck he wants and decimate a whole entire fucking military force with zero problems, which he should have killed Will there. Like, I don't understand. Like, he knows these kids are a threat. They've already fucked him up once. So, yeah, this is just a big convoluted plan so they can draw out screen time. Like, so they can have 400 hours of a last season. Because the plan doesn't need to exist. He's already overpowered as fuck. He proved it. He's proved it multiple times. Like, there's no reason that you need to merge them. Like, you can just go there and fuck everyone up. By the way, so Hawkins is locked down in quarantine by the military. And for some reason, Vecna needs to probe Will's mind and make him a spy so he can figure out where Max is. Well, let's see here. She was critically wounded, and she's been in a coma for 2 years. Where could she possibly be in Hawkins that would keep a coma patient? I don't know, the fucking local hospital? And then he sends Demidogs, the weakest probably of all of his creatures, to go fucking get her. It's like, dude, you could have just went there yourself and ended all this shit. Like, there's like no common sense for the villains, and there's no consequences for the characters, because even when they fuck up, like Nancy shooting the fucking antimatter or whatever the fuck it's called, no consequences for that action. Like, everyone gets out scot-free, no issue. So yeah, like, there's so much that doesn't add up, and there's so much filler. There's so much walking slowly to places. Vecna is chasing the children that escaped because El and Kali created an illusion and broke the children out. But he's not chasing them. He's just, like, strolling towards them. And then they get to the cave, and he's like, oh, no, I can't go in the cave. He can. He does. And it, like, this whole time, it's like the cave is... He could have went in there and got Max at any time. It doesn't make any fucking sense outside of the story needed him to not go in and get Max. Like it's absolutely fucking ridiculous. And then throughout the final thing, the finale, they constantly, like, flashback to, like, previous seasons, and it's like the Duffer Brothers being like, hey, remember when this show was fucking good? Yeah, too bad, right? It's like, it rubbed me the wrong way. I was like, yeah, I do remember when it was good. I'm really glad I didn't get that Stranger Things tattoo I was thinking about getting. And then there's the infamous Will coming out. All right, this should have happened in, like, season 3. All right, Will coming out, like, they handled that so bad. They say it took them 12 hours to film that, and that's what they got out of it. Holy shit. Okay. All right. Like, I wouldn't be Will's friend anymore. It's like the entire world could end any moment. All right, we're packing up. We're getting ready to go to war, baby. And you're like, stop. Everyone, round everyone up. Even people that don't even fucking know anything about me. Grab Callie. Grab Collie. She needs to come in here too. Like, all of them. Get in here. Get in here. You really need to hear it. All right, fine. We get in there. All right, Will, what is it we need to hear? What have we been gathered here for? Well, I don't like girls, and where's my eye drops? And by the way, 90% of Will is just crying. He just randomly starts crying for no reason. I don't. But yeah, that whole scenario, like, dude, the fact that you are conceited enough to just be like, everyone stop what you're doing, trying to save the world right now, and come look at me. Like, are you kidding me right now? You kidding me? Didn't need to be done. It was a whole fucking like thing. Like, you could have cut all that shit out. Like, I would have turned it into kind of like a look. You'd be like, "Yo, I'm gay." He comes out, and everyone's like, "Yeah, we know. It's not as big as a secret as you thought it was." That would have been hilarious. Everyone would have been good. We move on, and then later on, when they're climbing the tower, they have to fucking touch on it again. Like, Will and Mike have to have another conversation about Will being gay. It's like, dude, stop. Stop. This is supposed to be like the finale. And you were still stopping and doing this shit. And it's ridiculous. All right? And then, anyhow, they get up there and they do the stuff. And then they get to the abyss. It's completely empty. And they just start walking at a casual pace and having fucking conversations. Then the military. Why do we have this trope going on? It was in Welcome to Derry. I can explain it away due to Pennywise's influence. But why is this trope where the military are just the dumbest fucking people to ever exist ever in any medium ever? Like, this is twice now. I've seen it back to back. Welcome to Derry. Military is fucking stupid. Like, completely, absolutely, utterly stupid, worst motivations. And then they waste Linda Hamilton. Could have replaced her with anyone on the world. They just wanted her name on the fucking project. And she's dumb as a fucking rock. Like, I love Linda Hamilton. She's Sarah Connor is my favorite, final girl. So, like, what the hell? Like, what the hell, Netflix? Duffer Brothers, what are you doing? Like, season 4 had the most epic finale out of the entire show. It was amazing. It was chef's kiss. It was heartfelt. It felt like there was actual stakes. You made us fall in love with Eddie, and he got taken from us. And it all hit. It all had impact. In this entire season, nothing has been even close to impactful. I don't feel a sense of urgency. I don't feel like any of our characters are even in danger. Like, the final fight with Vecna and the Mind Flayer. Oh, wait, we won't even get to that yet. And then, so we have this whole thing when he finally goes into the caves. He starts having flashbacks. He killed a dude with a rock with a suitcase. He opened it. It was the Mind Flayer. And so we're trying to perceive Henry as some innocent do-gooder kid that is just being possessed. And Will fucking enters his mind and has like a heart-to-heart with Vecna. What? This dude wants to kill you and all your friends. What are you doing? That's how you're going to use your power. Is just be like, me and I'm sorry, buddy. You and me are the same. Shut up. It's so stupid. And then, so this whole sequence takes like 20-25 minutes just to turn out that no, Henry is evil. Henry and Vecna are in it together. And so all of that information means nothing. It does not change anything about the overarching story or our villain. He's evil. That's it. So all of that was just shoehorned in there just to pad out time. And like I said, everyone's just walking as slow as humanly possible. We are, like, it took them forever to climb the tower. We established very early on in this season that they can get to the top of the tower in like 30 seconds. All right, Steve and fucking Jonathan fucking scaled it in like 30 seconds. It was fine. So, and then the final fight, visually impressive. I will say that. I really like the design of the Mind Flayer. All right, it's very visually impressive. The whole fight took maybe 10 minutes. No effort really at all. Like, Nancy Rambo comes out, starts shooting it as a distraction. All the other kids scale a fucking mountain in like 20 seconds that it takes it to chase her to the mountain. And they start throwing Molotovs at it. And then Steve and and Dustin get under it and start poking it, which is fucking stupid. If it goes down, where do you think it's gonna go? Like they should have fucking brought Molotovs or something. Like poking it from under it. This thing is fucking massive. It's huge. It's bigger than my fucking house. All right, so like getting under it and poking it with a stick is just stupid. But again, I knew they were gonna be fine. They had no balls to kill anyone, like except Callie, someone that no one likes. Like that's the only reason they brought her back. So, Hopper does get a chance to shine when they get incapacitated in the building, and he gets to take out like 6 to 8 dudes pretty quick with good tactician skills, and then we have a really cool scene where 11 gets pissed off and she like starts snapping necks and makes one dude like just unalive himself. Great moment. We needed more of that. We needed more good stuff. And that was when Callie dies. And then it was all a ploy to trick everyone, but we'll get to that in a minute. I'm trying to touch on everything. I started writing this shit down and I was just going like I am now, so I figured might as well just do this raw, uncut. So it's really fucking disappointing. Like, there was no tension. I just felt like I was watching something. Like there was no stakes. Derek can overpower Vecna. The whole thing about him not going into the cave was just for plot convenience. He fucking goes in there and he's fucking fine. So, it's so bad. It's so bad. Like the mind, like so disappointing. Vecna at the height of his powers teamed up with the Mind Flayer, and 10 minutes, they're done. Great, fucking whatever. Like that should have been like a 40-minute ordeal with people getting injured, people getting hurt, heartfelt moments, blood pumping. Some people maybe even dying due to it. Like none of that. No, I don't even know why Joyce was along for the ride. She's pretty much useless outside of, as a mom and a companion for Hopper. Sorry, but she is. But she gets to land the final blow to Vecna, which I think, honestly, should have been Will or 11. I think Will deserved that. He was Vecna's bitch for multiple, just like for a long time. But almost every scene Will's in, he's crying. Like it just cuts. I'm like, what's your problem, dude? All right, I'm back. Sorry, I had to adjust my camera. But yeah, overall, dude, there's so like everything just works out just right for all of our main characters, and it's not even. It's really disappointing because all the tension, all like this big epic moment, everyone's gonna be fine. They do this little fake out thing where they pretend that 11 dies, and even as it's happening, I'm just like, no balls, she's fine. We'll see. Yeah, she went off to an island somewhere and 3 waterfalls and is kept it a secret. So by the way, the whole plot of the government hunting her down and killing her friends is so laughable, seeing as how she's been quarantined in a small town with the military and they have done fuck all as far as finding her or locating her position or anything. So it's like, not really. I could just move somewhere else and they would fucking never know because they're fucking incompetent. So yeah, overall, man, I might have to give this season like a 5 out of 10. Just average. Just average Joe Smo. You could put it on, you could leave it. Before this, it was like a 9 before this season. And this season is so bad and it's the finale, so it means more. Yeah. 9 out of 10 or 5 out of 10 for season 5. Like, I can't. It's really terrible. So, anyhow, That's it for me. Thanks for joining me here. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know down in the comments. Talk to you guys later. Bye.